Going on, everybody? It's Carlos again. Today's gonna be a pretty good day. I actually picked up some new bearings from, I'm not sure if I told you guys what the issue I was running into. I believe I did in my last video. I have been so out of everything between school and work, school and work, school and work. So I'm making a personal goal for myself. I have a little bit of time before I have to go to school later. So I'm gonna try and get the block fully put together. Crank is ready, everything is ready, all the pistons are gapped, everything is gapped. I got new bearings, which I'm going to check clearances real quick for. We should be good to go. I got just the OG King. These are like the OEM style apparently, and they don't look too different. They're just more like, I don't really know how to explain it. These look real different. In my opinion, I'm not sure, but we're gonna throw these on. We're gonna check the clearances, and then we'll take it from there. Hopefully everything checks in okay, and if it does, then we'll be good to go. If not, then screw it. I might just full send it at this point. So so let's get to it. And I know a plastic gauge isn't like the most exact thing ever, but it's, you know, it's more like a check just to make sure everything's good. But yeah, I need to get some more. And I don't know, there's a bunch of people that swear by like using the green strip with the green plastic gauge if you measure it that way. And I used both interchangeably and I got these same exact measurements either way. So when I was measuring the main bearings on the block at home, I ran out of the green plastic gauge, so I used the red, and it measured the exact same size as the green was. So I'm not sure why there's some kind of myth surrounding plastic gauge about what color you use and how each color is different. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it was the way I did it, but it measured the same exact for me. So boom, got some more plastic gauge. So we're gonna lay some strips right across here with the green, because for all the haters out there that think red isn't the right one, we'll use some green gauge. Get those on there, get the girdle on, put the tighten it down, you know what I'm saying? And we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. I really hope these clearances come out nice and mint, so let's see. So just when I thought we would actually be able to be done, ran into some more freaking issues. This one's kind of my fault, so there's no one to blame but myself. I knew that this would happen, but I tried to cheap out anyway. And with these rings, I'm sure we can see, but the second ring on this one and this piston, both are, how do I say it, not bad, but I didn't exactly do things right when I was grinding it down, and I think I left too many burrs like on the rim of the piston ring, and now it gets stuck whenever I try to move. Like these on the bottom, they move nice and freely and they're nice and comfortable. There's nothing restraining them. There's nothing in the galley or in the alley, whatever. But with this, I can't, you can't move it. It's stuck. And I'm pretty sure that's a really bad thing, and I don't really want to risk it. So I tried to sand down just a little bit on the edges just to try and deburr everything. That didn't seem to work for either of them, so I'm probably out of luck for those rings. I don't want to keep messing with them because I don't want to force anything, you know what I mean? I'm already this far in, so why would I want to force anything if it's not meant to be? So that's where I'm at. Crank spins nice. Minimal effort. So yeah, at least we got that going for us. I really just want to get this done, but yeah, a whole bunch of issues. So guys, we gotta have a little bit of a heart-to-heart moment here. I made a big mistake. So if you guys remember from the last time we talked, like earlier in this video, I was kind of explaining how I'm running into issues with clearances and how it's super tight and nothing works. Well, I kid you not, I'm just laying in my bed, just kind of thinking about, like, what could it be? I changed bearings, something more, normal, not, any kind of ACL or not, you know what I mean. I can't even talk because I'm just so annoyed. However, I couldn't really figure it out, so I come down here and I start tinkering around a little bit more, and I threw the crank in, tightened the girdle down, and after I did that, I'm kind of like, this doesn't feel right. I mean, I can't even. I mean, obviously now I can. Now I can turn the crank on my own, but before I couldn't do that. I would need to use the ratchet and just kind of get it in there and move the crank around. However, the issue was on this super cheap torque wrench. Let me turn it around here. So on this torque wrench, did I almost just drop this thing? Okay. So, I'm losing everything. Okay, so on this torque wrench, dude, you can't even see it. Can you see that? No. So the issue was that on this torque wrench, if you guys can see, there's like a Z on each side where it calls for like foot-pounds. So what I was doing was, instead of lining it up with the bottom bar, which is what it's supposed to be, I was lining it with the top part of the Z. So what I was doing is I was torquing everything twice as much as I needed to, and I didn't even realize I was doing that because I was just so worried about putting this together. I overlooked how I was using my tools, and that led me to buy new bearings. That led me to have endless nights of just thinking as to what my issue was. I was literally at the point where I was about to just send the crank in to get micro polished and everything, just because I was getting so frustrated, and I thought it was just the crank. And I'm like, I even posted stuff on forums to try and get help, and people were just like, yeah, that doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right. So, point is, make sure you're using your stuff right, or else don't be like me, okay? So at this point now, my only issue is just these two pistons with the second ring having issues, and it's just on the 2 and 3 cylinders. So 1 and 4 are perfectly good. So I'm gonna throw those in real quick, and then give the block a turn, and it should be mint. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. It's super late. It is already 10:15. So yeah, I'm gonna throw that in, and then I'll get back to you. Check it out, boys. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Everything went in super smooth, man. This is great. Look how smooth this thing moves. Like, this is minimal effort. Like, this thing is just ready to go, man. Super awesome. And I look down below. I know it's super dark, but everything clears. There's so much space. Sure. There's so much space right here between the rod bolt and the girdle. Same thing with this one. So yeah, super stoked about that. Really, really pumped. Only thing is, I just need to fix these two, the 2 and 3, and man, we're ready to go. All we need to do is get the head back, and we're ready to work on that. Then we need gaskets, fix some of the other stuff over there. It's a mess. I'm sorry, it's such a mess. Fix all that stuff, get the head, trans. We're good to go, man. We're good to go. I'm sorry to make some power, dude, but let's not get too hard of ourselves. Just one step at a time. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout this super crazy process. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Have a good week. Thanks for watching.